Okay, so I have the numbers for the layoffs from this month, and then we're like halfway through, and it is already no big companies did any layoffs, but there's 2,000 layoffs with all these companies that I have right here, and I'm in Mexico right now, in Puerto Vallarta to be exactly, and there is some interesting things going on. So normally, before I make the research for my videos, I kind of type in the general Google AI search to get some feel of the land. So I type in layoffs and all that kind of stuff. And then I take it from there and it gives me the news sources and I kind of follow the news sources and I see, who posted about it, who wrote about it, if it was by the company or who did it. And today I got this message. So, and it said that there is no information on this one. So I had to do a deep dive. I don't know if this is Mexico specific or something else, but it is pretty crazy that you can't do the AI search of who got laid off in um in Mexico or something, if that's the case, or if Google just turned it off and made sure that you cannot basically look it up. So I've also been talking to people in my field about these layoffs. As you've seen, there were like 50,000 layoffs on my last video, and I showed that video to a family friend of mine. And they said, "Oh, that's fake news, and the economy's doing better than ever." And so it came to me to wonder, what are these people, what their background is, like what their status is, where they doing. And this person was a teacher for their whole life, and I asked her, "So what do you think?" She's like, "Oh, the economy's doing fantastic. We're doing better than ever." And I showed her the video, and she said, "Well, people get laid off all the time." And it's like, well, not at this scale. So now my question comes to you guys. Where do you guys think that not everybody is seeing this? Because I see it like night and day, that this is not how it's supposed to go. I see people in the community that we just started. If you want to know more about it, if you want to look it up, if you want to um, join and have questions about job layoffs and whatnot and need help, my wife's community is down in the link below, and you can actually see and get help. And at one point, we're going to launch our job course in that community. It's $20 a month. So, and it's on the school platform. So you should be able to join, and super reasonable price, and, get some more answers and help you get a job quicker. Because I do feel that people with all these layoffs happening, that you need to be aware, that you need to be looking out for your best interest. And it is hard to ask people like, "Hey, what should I do next? What should I do?" Because when you tell people that like, "Oh, I'm a teacher," or something like that, yeah, that might not be prone to recessions. That might not have anything to do in your field, but teachers get laid off too. But once you're not like directly affected, maybe you have a whole package of what you call it, of like like a layoff package, or you get a government job that they can't lay you off. You're not that prone to the normal economy. Some people that work in government, they would say the economy may be good, but for everybody else that's actually working in it and that has to rely on it, it's not going good at all. And that's going to be what I'm asking you guys, is to ask your friends and your surrounding people, what do you guys think is the economy is, and how good do you think it is? So go to your friends and family and kind of ask them, "Hey, what do you think? How's your feel for the economy?" And see if they think it's good, bad, or whatnot, and ask, like what field they're working in, and see what they have to say. Because it's interesting to see different opportunities. And I don't want you to jump in and respond and give like, "Oh, it's awful," and try to start a debate. Just trying to listen and not res- not respond. Just be like, "Okay, that's really cool. Thanks for sharing," and just do that. I think that's a thing that not everybody does nowadays. Like just says like, "Hey, what do you think? How's the economy doing?" Oh, it's doing fine. How so? And then they give their response, and then you just listen, be like, oh, thanks. Let me take that into consideration and see what they say. And then hopefully you remember it and put it in the comments below, because I'm curiously interested why that would be. Why do these people think that the economy is still doing good? I feel like our boat in the US has taken on so much water that it's basically just floating, like just floating just an inch the over the bow, just an inch over it before the whole thing just freaking capsizes and goes over. And it just needs one thing. It just needs this one little wave from the right side or the left side or the back side, and it's just gone. And it's just going to be overboard, and the boat is going to be sinking, just like the Titanic. And so, yeah, these layoffs have not been good. With these 2,000 layoffs that we've been seeing, it's just so crazy that you can't really look it up. And it's not like these layoffs that, that are Googleable, like the Sam's Club one. That's a huge one. So when I looked it up the other day and I saw that Sam's Club's going to lay off 11,000 people, that's huge numbers. That's not peanuts. And yeah, it might be around the globe, but those are huge numbers. That is recession 101 level layoffs. No company that thinks that they're going to grow in the next year or two is going to lay off 11,000 people. That means that you're going to scale back in inventory, products, development, routes, trucking routes, everything. Because what were these 11,000 people doing? Did you overhire 11,000 people that just showed up to work, clocked in, sat on a chair, and you just paid them a salary and then they left? No, they're probably greeters. They were probably all over. And now they're gonna not be having a job anymore. And it is really sad to see when all these layoffs happen. And my wife got laid off, and I've never been laid off. And so I'm blessed with that. I've been an entrepreneur ever since I left Switzerland, but it's so hard to see how the difference in layoffs go in the US and Switzerland, because in Switzerland, if you get laid off, there's a cap that unemployment pays. So unemployment pays you 80% of your salary, up to $12,000 a month for 2 years. So, but you got to go to courses and do all that. But they'll give you 2 years, 24 months of unemployment at 80% of your salary till $12,000. They cannot pay you more than 12 grand a month. That's where the cap is. So just a little bit of background on how Switzerland does it. Let me know if you guys would like to see that in the US or not, because I think if this was in the US, people exploit the shit out of it. And in Switzerland, you got to have, like, the salary needs to be like a year or two, I think. I don't know the exact requirements, or I think you need to have a tax return or something. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.